Deep in the heart of Transylvania lies a forest so haunted, locals call it the Bermuda Triangle of Romania. A place where people vanish without a trace, where compasses spin, trees grow in impossible shapes, and visitors report losing hours of time they can't remember. This is the story of Hoia Baciu Forest, the most terrifying forest on Earth. The legend of Hoia Baciu began in 1968. A biologist named Alexandru Sift was studying unusual magnetic fields in the forest. Locals warned him not to go in. They said the forest takes what it wants. Sift ignored them. One afternoon, while photographing the trees, he captured something that would make him famous and destroy his life. When he developed the photos, he found strange shapes in the mist, humanoid figures hovering in midair, dozens of them. He kept returning, obsessively documenting light anomalies and orbs. But after years of research, he suddenly disappeared. His notes, his equipment, gone. All that remained were his photos and a rumor that the forest had claimed him. Years later, a 5-year-old girl vanished while playing near the forest's edge. Search parties combed the area for days. Nothing. 5 years later, she walked out of the forest. She was wearing the same clothes she'd disappeared in. They were perfectly clean, and she hadn't aged a day. Doctors couldn't explain it. The girl remembered nothing except a bright light and voices whispering her name. To this day, her identity remains protected, but locals say her house still stands nearby, and at night, they sometimes see a small silhouette at her window, watching the forest. Hoia Baciu isn't large, only about 700 acres, but its shape, its sounds, even its air feel wrong. In the center of the forest lies a perfect circular clearing. No trees grow there, no grass thrives there. Scientists have tested the soil dozens of times, no explanation. Animals refuse to enter it. Drones lose connection directly above it. Visitors who step into the circle report nausea, migraines, and intense anxiety. Some claim to hear voices whispering right beside their ear, though no one is there. A few have even claimed that once inside the circle, they see themselves standing just outside it, as if reality splits in two. Locals call it Poiana Rotunda, the round meadow. They say it's a gateway, but to where? No one knows. In August 1968, a man named Emil Barnea, a military technician, was hiking with his girlfriend near the forest. He wasn't superstitious. He didn't even believe in ghosts. At around 1 p.m., he saw something hovering silently above the clearing, a metallic disc rotating slowly. He snapped 4 photographs, some of the clearest UFO photos ever taken at the time. Romanian authorities seized the negatives. They dismissed the sighting as a weather balloon. But Barnea lost his job soon after. He moved away, claiming he was being followed. 2 years later, he died of a sudden heart attack at 42 years old. Since then, UFO sightings, orbs of light, and glowing silhouettes have been reported by hundreds of visitors. In recent years, paranormal investigators from around the world have come to Hoia Baciu with cameras, EMF readers, and night vision gear. Many don't make it through the night. They describe voices whispering in Romanian, disembodied faces appearing in the trees, and sudden violent nausea as if the forest itself rejects them. One investigator, Adrian Gheorghe, recorded his team's experience, a woman's voice saying, "Go back." Moments later, their cameras glitched and their guide fainted. When they replayed the audio, they heard the voice again, clearer this time, but in English. "You don't belong here." Perhaps the most disturbing reports come from people who lose time inside the forest. Hikers enter at dusk and emerge hours later, but their watches show only minutes have passed. One man claimed he entered the forest at 6 p.m. and came out at sunrise, yet his phone battery was still at 98%. He said he heard children laughing, saw flashes of light, and felt something cold grab his wrist. When he got home, he discovered a handprint on his skin, too small to be his own and perfectly formed. Local folklore says the forest is cursed. Hundreds of years ago, a village stood where the trees now grow. A massacre took place. Men, women, and children slaughtered and buried beneath the soil. Their souls, they say, wander the woods still, their energy twisting the forest into unnatural shapes. The bent trees, the missing time, the lights, it's all part of their imprisonment. Some say if you enter the forest alone at night, you'll hear your name whispered by a voice that sounds just like your own. And if you answer, you'll never find your way out. Today, tourists still visit Hoia Baciu. Selfie takers, thrill seekers, ghost hunters. Most come back with only stories and photographs, but some come back different, quiet, pale, unable to sleep. A few never come back at all. And if you ever find yourself in Cluj-Napoca, Romania, and someone offers to show you the forest, remember this: don't step into the circle. Don't follow the lights. And if you hear your name whispered in the dark, run. This is Hoia Baciu Forest, and some places were never meant to be entered.